Here is everything that you need to know. By the way, feelings aside, I will be telling you everything that you need to know about these two reopened IFBs, ama zile zenye tunasema ni infrastructure bonds, which are famous for being tax-free. And therefore in this video we shall be looking at everything that you need to know about these reopened bonds, na pia tutafanya calculations, how much money are you going to make from either of these, so that it will also help you choose whether you should take the first one or the second one. And just to give you a clue, part B of this video, which I'll be posting after this, so make sure you subscribe now, you follow, will be giving a candid comparison whether you should go for these bonds or you should consider the alternative that I'll be telling you about. And we will see by calculations, your emotions. You see, most of the time we get carried away by the feelings of, oh, it is tax-free, it is an IFB. But then part of knowing is getting to understand the details behind this particular investment. There are two options, and the first one is the 15-year option, and then there is a 19-year option. But then since these are reopened bonds, it means that zilishaanza kitambo. Right now they've just opened a door to allow other investors to jump on board. The 15-year option imebakisha 7.5 years. So anybody getting in right now is expected to do 7.5 years. But I will tell you something else about it, so hold on. And then this other one imebakisha 15.6 years. So mtu mwenye anaingia kuinvest in either of this, they already started running from way back. So you're only joining somewhere in the middle. Na hii imebakisha 7.5 years to maturity, and this one imebakisha 15.6 years to maturity. These two bonds zinaitwa amortized. And what these amortized mean is that they give a window. You don't have to wait for the entire 7.5 years for you to get your money back, just in case you want to get your money back. Or you do not have to wait for the remaining 15.6 years, which I think is a good thing. You know, locking your money, you have your 200,000, your 2 million, your 5 million, and you're going to lock it for 7.5 years. Even if you bumped into an opportunity, you're not going to be able to access any of this money. So in summary, this first one, you will need 3 years before you are able to leave. And then on this other side, you're going to require 7 years before you are able to withdraw or access any of that money. Amortization does not allow you to take all of your money, but you can be able to access a portion of that money that you invested. Under these conditions, if your money was below 1M, 1 million and below, 1 million and below, you can access the entire amount. Hiyo utapewa yote. After this period, you can access the full amount of money. The same applies to this other end here. But if your money is beyond 1 million, you can be able to access on this side here up to 40% of your invested funds. And on this other side here, up to 50% of your invested money. And that is if it is beyond 1 million. Lakini kila mtu kama umeinvest 50,000, 100,000, you'll be able to access all your money when this date arrives. And this will be January 2028. That is when you will access your money. So from today, ukishazieka, forget about that money mpaka January 2028. And on this other side, forget about that money mpaka 2032. Wakati will be going to elections after hiyo term ingine, sijui kama atarudi ama. And now, the next thing that we want to look at is the calculation. How much money are you going to make? First and foremost, bonds do make money every 6 months. Utakuwa unapata coupon rate, ama utakuwa unapata interest in easy terms every 6 months. So ukishaeka right now, after 6 months utapata interest ya kwanza, then after 6 months utapata the second interest, alafu itaendelea hivyo every 6 months until maturity. So pesa yako itakuwa imefungwa, but you will keep getting interest every other 6 months, which is a perfect way to get passive income. And remember, it is an IFB, which means haipigwi tax yoyote. The 15-year option one inapeana 12.5% return. The 19-year-old one inapeana 12.965% return. So these ones are a little bit different, but let us quickly look at an option for someone that invested 1 million and someone that invested 250,000. So the formula to get us here, remember our magic formula, principal times rate times time, yes, to get interest. So we are taking 1 million times 12.5% times 1/2. It is 1 year divided by 2, so that you get every 6 months how much money are you going to be getting. And the same applies here, 250k times 12.5% times 1/2. And for this fella over here, atakuwa anatengeneza 62,500 bob every 6 months for as long as the money will be invested. If I put in 1 million. Na kama nilieka 250k, itakuwa inanipatia 15,625. So this is going to be 15,625 shillings every 6 months. And looking at the other side over here, so it's going to be 1 million, multiply it by 12.965%, 250k as well, multiply it by 12.965%, and remember the time is 1/2. By looking at this fella here, if you go with this option, your 1 million is going to earn you 64,825 shillings. And mtu alieka 250k na yeye atakuwa na earn 16,206. Of course, kuna a few cents over there to make it complete. So this is what you're going to make for 1 million if you go with the second option, your 19-year-old bond. And if you do like 250,000, it's going to look like that. But remember, when you're doing the calculation, just do the whole formula, but replace na hii. Kama wewe unataka kuweka 50,000, change ikue 50,000, change ikue 100,000, change ikue whichever figure that you have in mind, 150, because you can invest from as low as 50,000 bob. So basically this paints the picture of what you're going to earn. How are you going to calculate what you're expecting to earn? Is it really worth it? Is it worth locking your money for that period of time? You can make your decision after doing the mathematics and understanding. Wacha tusibebwe na emotions. I pay with tax. Sometimes the tax that you're talking about, sometimes ni negligible. It's very kidogo. So this also has its good side and its bad side as well. So to end the video, here are some of the things that you need to know. For those ones who are interested in getting signed up to this infrastructure bond, the amount that you're going to require is from 50,000 onwards. I've already mentioned that. The deadline to submit your bid itakuwa ni 13th of August 2025. So tuko na, let's say, like about 2 weeks if you want to partake a portion of this very lucrative investment opportunity. And this is the part where someone would ask, how do I get to start investing kwa hii IFB? So you're going to need something known as DoCSD. Ni application yenye una install kwa simu yako. Ni application ya CBK. Ni application ya CBK inaitwa DoCSD. If you're going to search it kwa Play Store ama kwa App Store, there are several videos on YouTube on step-by-step processes on how you go through this, so that I don't have to explain everything. So install this, and this is where you will make your bids. Bidding has to stop by 13th of August. So for those who are successful after bidding imeisha by 13th, on 15th utapata a notification yenye itakupatia the key and the amount that you're supposed to deposit. And remember, the 18th you're supposed to have done your settlement ama udeposit your pesa yenye unataka kuinvest. Remember, hii ni very important for you to know. Ukikuwa successful alafu you default, hii part ndio wengi hawasemangi, huwa they could blacklist you. Next time ukijaribu kubid kwa treasury bonds ama treasury bills, wanaweza wakakublacklist. Ile design ya tushakupatia opportunity, tumekuchagua weka pesa, alafu kumbe ulikuwa na to enjoy, you are not going to deposit. This one could lock you out of future opportunities za kuinvest. In part B, I will be showing you with figures the comparison of if you put your money in another account and the pros and cons of each. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and see you in part B of this video.